Why is it always raining in the UK? Hi everyone, I'm back from my nice pleasant afternoon at the library. One moment, I have to let the dog out. Yeah, so I'm back from my afternoon at the library, with the exception of the horrible British weather, which is always rainy and dreary and just disgusting. So yeah, if you live in a warm climate, you're very lucky, because in the UK we have horrific weather. And I know there's that old saying that, you know, British people love talking about the weather, but I mean, can you blame us when we have this weather to contend with? Anyway, that's besides the point. So these are the books that I loaned from the library. I limited myself to 4 books because usually I read around 4 books a month. Sometimes I read 5, maybe 6. Sometimes I don't read that many at all. I'll read 1 or 2, but I only allowed myself 4 because you get around 4 weeks with the books, so it's probably unlikely that I'm going to read them all, but still, she likes options. So the first book I picked up, which I've wanted to read for ages, is All's Well by Mona Awad. Let's hold it there. And she's the author of Bunny and Rouge, and oh my god, I'm an idiot. I have it already. Oh, reading problems. So, I mean, that cover is much more stunning. Yes, that's stunning, but obviously she's not going to be reading that now. Can't believe I did that. I already bloody own the book. So yeah, if you're not familiar, I'll just give you a little synopsis. It says, the accident that ended her burgeoning acting career left her with excruciating chronic back pain, a failed marriage, and a deepening dependence on painkillers. And now she's on the verge of losing her job as a college theatre director. Determined to put on Shakespeare's All's Well that ends well, the play that promised and cost her everything, she faces a mutinous cast hell-bent on staging Macbeth instead. Miranda sees her chance at redemption slip through her fingers. So yeah, that sounds very dramatic, literally set in drama, and I can't believe I forgot I thrifted that book as well. Okay, so the next one I picked up was Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado, and I read her other book called In the Dream House. I was just looking at my bookshelf, and it was a very unusual and different take on a sort of a memoir about a same-sex relationship between 2 women. There's an emotional and often physical abuse happening in this relationship, and that's not often spoken about a lot in same-sex relationships, but it happens. And I think this was her second book, or was it a first one? I don't know which one was first. But this is a collection of short stories that are apparently unique, unsettling, and totally original. It says that she blurs the line between magical realism, science fiction, comedy, horror and fantasy. So it sounds, I'm intrigued, and I really loved her writing when I read In the Dream House. Then I picked up a book that I've wanted to read for about half a year now, but I thought the cover was absolutely stunning, but I just didn't want to. I'd heard kind of different views, so I didn't want to buy it, and thankfully I seen it in the library, and that's The Glow by Jessie Gaynor. And this one, sorry, but how stunning is that cover? Wish my skin was that glowy. And this says, PR Jane is 25, breezy, clever in a non-threatening way, and eager to sell you a feminist vibrator. Actually, Jane is 29, drifting through mediocre work days and lacklustre dates while paralysed by her crushing mountain of overdue bills. Enter the impossibly gorgeous Cass, whom Jane discovers scrolling through Instagram, and her unassuming husband Tom, proprietors of wellness retreat based out of a ramshackle country house that may or may not be given off cult vibes. So I think it's holding up a mirror to our current society of what we choose to share on social media and on YouTube and Instagram, and how it can be carefully curated and not real, and people need to have a sense of self-awareness, and also an awareness that not everything's what it seems, and a lot of people are like curating these idealized lives, and it can be completely fictitious, and we all compare compare ourselves to other people online. But you know, you never know what's lurking around the corner. It could be a nice person, it could be a not very nice person, or before you know it, you've joined a cult. And then the final book that I picked up was The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. I hope I've pronounced his name correctly. But I read his other book and it really stayed with me. I read it a while back now, and it's called Between the World and Me, and I love that. That was like it was like he was writing a letter to his son about growing up and being a young black man in America and sharing personal stories and basically preparing his son for the realities of the world. And this one, I don't actually know much about it, but because I really liked his writing and the way he told the story in the previous book, I'm interested in reading more of him. It says young Hiram Walker was born into bondage on a Virginia plantation. When his mother was sold away, Hiram was robbed of all memory of her, but was gifted with a mysterious power. Years later, when Hiram almost drowns... Excuse me? Years later, when Hiram almost drowns in a river, that same power saves his life. This brush with death births an urgency and a daring scheme to escape from the only home he's ever known. So, according to Oprah Winfrey, she said it's one of the best books she's ever read. So, these are the books that I got. The Water Dancer, The Glow, and Her Body and Other Parties. And obviously I got this, but she completely forgot that she already owned it. So, no money was spent, I just used my library card. This is your reminder to support your libraries. Go to your libraries. The selection of books usually is really good, and I'm also holding myself accountable because this year it's thrifting books and using my library card more as opposed to buying a lot of books, because the TBR's got lots of books that have yet to be read. So does she really need to buy more? No. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and seeing what I got from the library. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. I aim to put out a video every Sunday. Make sure you like and comment, and if you want me to do any types of book related videos, leave it in the comments below and maybe I'll do it. So yeah, thanks for coming with me to the library, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Or how do they say in French? Because I'm reading The Paris Apartment and I'm living my French fantasy with me beret on. So don't they say au revoir? Au revoir? Oh my god, that was awful. Bye!